Greetings to you according to your time. I am a little bit late, but I am here right now. It is better late than never. All right, so just give me a moment to share the live. Greetings to you. Where are you watching me from? Where are you joining in from? You're welcome to Contemporary Views. Today we have a rather pathetic topic, but it is a happening story. It is a trending story. So I'd like for us to discuss it. And this story, hi, you're welcome to my live. Where are you joining in from? You're welcome. Tell me, where are you joining in from? This story is for my Cameroonian people. This story concerns them. So I'd like for us, thank you for joining. You're welcome to my live. Thank you so much for joining. You're welcome to my live. Where are you joining in from? In under 3 minutes, I will begin when I'm done sharing the live. Wow. Hi, you're welcome to my live. Where are you watching me from? Where are you joining in from? Today I have a rather pathetic story. Thank you so much for joining. You all are welcome to my live. My name is Gillian and you're welcome to Contemporary Views. On Contemporary Views, we discuss trending issues, but we are a bit different because we take lessons home. When you join in, please do well to like the video, all right? When you join in, please do well to like the video. Sanjay, thank you for joining my live. Shout out to you, Flipbook Bros. Thank you for joining my live. Do well to subscribe. Click on the subscription button so you get notifications when I'm live, all right? Now, my name is Gillian, yes, and this is Contemporary Views. Help me turn the light on. Okay, Mom. It's a bit dark in here. So, thank you so much for joining in. We have lots to talk about today. This directly concerns people from Cameroon. This information directly concerns them, yes. Bobo, Madam said you should come at 6. Okay, Mom. Okay, sorry guys for the little interruptions. Yes, you need to put things together, so I need to put things together, sorry, so I won't get disturbed and the live will go on smoothly. All right, so I think I have done what I was supposed to do. Yes, maybe we can begin the live right away. Okay, thank you all so much for joining in. Thank you for watching the live. Yes. It is rather a pathetic story that I have today, and it is ongoing. It's happening like right now. So that is why I decided to talk about it. I know there are going to be lots of updates about this case, but we really need to talk about it. And plus, we must learn certain things about it. I have lots of notes I have written down about. Solanki, thank you for joining my live. Where are you joining in from? I'm doing well, thank you. Hi there, you're welcome to my live. Thank you for joining. When you join, do well to like the video. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. Jennifer, thank you for joining. Hi, Jennifer, how are you doing? Where are you joining in from? All right. So we are going to be talking about a teen star in a country in the west and center of Africa, Cameroon. Oh, you're joining in from Idaho. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Like the video, okay? Solanki. Let's talk about the teen star. Yes, she's only 16 today, but she already has a kid. And it is under very not so nice circumstances that this actually happened to her. Yes, most of you watching me right now are parents, and of course, you wouldn't appreciate something like this to happen to your kids. Guys, I need you to pump in the likes. I need you to pump in some hearts, okay? The lady needs some hearts. Like the video, share the video. Thank you all so much for joining. Okay, so this young girl, her name is Jato Sonita. She's been trending on social media for a couple of days now for not so nice reasons. If you look at me today, this is not my normal look. Usually I wouldn't have a dark looking makeup and a dark clothes on and even dark hair. Usually I am not a dark kind of person, but because I am about to do this kind of video that I really do not feel happy doing, but I must do it because hi Melvis, I must do the video because we all need to learn a thing or two about the video. Okay, this video is about Jato Sonita. She's a young star. She's only 16 today, but when she was 14, something really deplorable happened to her. You all are welcome. My name is Gillian, and this is Contemporary Views. On Contemporary Views, we discuss trending issues, okay? But before we get into the issue of the day, I always like for us to have like a foundation. When you have that foundation, you will be able to, understand the story and why I am doing the story, why I am doing the video in the first place. Share the live, guys. Pump in the hearts, guys. Solanki, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. So now this young girl has been on the internet for quite a few days now. So many people have been dragging her, dragging her manager as well. But the narrative we all have heard before today, I don't think was actually what actually transpired, because I just got off from listening to her interview. She granted a press conference. I watched the press conference from the beginning. Yes, so I want to say that I have information that so many people do not have, and I have information that it's not already available to some of the bloggers. Our bloggers are supposed to be projecting information in the right manner, not just bringing out information to gather clout, to pursue their career and make money over the pains of people. So I am here to correct that narrative that has been flying on social media that is not true, okay? Now, there is this blogger, he is called Clementor. Clementor is in the UK, okay? He came out to give out some informations that were not so true about Jato Sonita. Hi there, thank you for joining my live. So according to his write-up, it is very clear, it is still on his page. He was actually accusing Taeyong, who is the manager of Jato Sonita and the Forest Kids. It is a group made up of several kids, and it is said that these kids have been gathered from the restive northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon because there has been an ongoing scuffle there. There have been I don't want to call it war, but there have been unrest in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon for so many months now. It is spanning up to 6 to 7 years. Yes. So some of these children were displaced. Some of them are orphans. So they were put together by Taeyong, who is their manager, and these children, they sing for a living. So because it concerns children, I may not be able to bring out some kind of information that is very sensitive, yes, because we must protect our children. We must protect the children of our community because they all have a future that is set before them. So now, why this information or why this group of children or this particular girl is on the news today is because so many people have been saying not nice things about her in the past years. A couple of days that she got, how am I going to put that because of community standards? She got impregnated by her manager. Yes, according to several blogs that are carrying Cameroonian news. Yes. Thank you all for joining. Thank you so much. According to all the blogs that have been carrying Cameroonian news, yes, that she was impregnated by her manager. But I am here to tell you that that story is not true. It is not true. She wasn't impregnated by her manager. That is according to the press conference she organized today. I watched it live from the beginning, and I am going to reveal the whole truth to you. Now that I have already given you the foundation that I was supposed to give you so you understand why I am making this video in the first place, then let's get right into the video, which is going to explain the truth to you. Okay, now Jato Sonita, her mom was present at the press conference. Her dad, no information about her dad. Her manager was present at the press conference and a few other people who came to support her. Now, according to the young girl, she said that she and her friends, when she was 14 years old, that is around 2021 or 2022, thereabout, when she was only 14, she and her friends had to go to the stream to swim. In most villages, we have streams like that. Yes, people go there, to wash away the heat because sub-Saharan Africa is very hot sometimes, especially in the dry season. And being children, they go there to play. So on that fateful day, they went to the stream to swim. They were inside the stream, and then a group of men in uniform came to that place and then ordered them out of the stream. Right? They all obeyed. They moved out of the stream. Yes. And she said that a few of them were selected. Mainly the females were selected. And that is how, after they had selected them, took them to another location where they were being molested. And after that, violated. So it was due to the violation on that incident that she became with child and was afraid to talk to her parents, to her mom that she lived with at the time. Now, let me digress a bit. As a mom a single mom at that, because it seemed her mother raised them alone, okay? As a single mom, it seemed it had been very difficult for the woman to raise her kids, but she found the courage to do so. And according to the girl, her mom was a disciplinarian, and she wouldn't adhere to anything that is not decent. She wouldn't want to hear anything. She wouldn't want to accept or agree with her misbehaving amongst other children. You know, she was this kind of mom who would not allow her do things that would bring embarrassment to the family. It is very challenging, first of all, to be a parent, let alone a single parent, or let alone that parent who is trying to raise their children all by themselves. So it was a challenging parenthood that Jato Sonita's mother had, according to what she said on the press conference. So she was unable to let her mom know when the incident happened, because she was afraid of what her mom could do to her if she found out that something like that had happened to her. Now, the big question I had in mind when I was watching the live conference was, how on earth will something like that happen to you and then you don't go to tell your mom? Okay, so she said it clearly that she was afraid for her mom would beat her up. Her mom was a kind of disciplinarian mother, so she could not summon the courage to tell her mom. Now, the second question I had watching the live was, how then did they get to find out that she was with child? Now, she said that she didn't even know because she had irregular menstruations. Yes, that during the span, because the pregnancy was discovered when it was already 6 to 7 months old. So she said within that time, she had irregular menstruations. She would menstruate for a couple of days, it would not come for a couple of months, and then it will come again. So she felt that maybe her menstruation was just irregular, but she never knew that her menstruation was irregular because maybe of hormonal changes going on in her body. Mind you, she was only 14 years old at the time. She was still a child. She was still a minor, a child. She is even still a child because she just turned 16. So many people were wishing her happy birthday when I joined the live. It looks like today is her birthday or something. Yeah, so she is still a child. So at 14, she may not be able to decipher whatever is going on in her body. So she had to live with the condition, thinking that maybe her body is just being normal, since she didn't know actually what transpired. Now, for the fact that the pregnancy was it was a first-time pregnancy and it was happening in a child, obviously the changes will not be very, very alarming. Okay, for the first and second trimester, she didn't gain much weight, according to her. That the only thing that was not usual about her was that she began changing her color. Her skin tone was graduating from dark to fair. So she realized that she was becoming fair, and she spoke to her manager about it, or her manager realized that she was getting fairer and then gave her mom some money to get her a different body cream to use on her body, and let her stop using the one she's been using, thinking that her tone was being changed by the lotion she was using. Okay, all of that explanation is very normal for a kid. She didn't know what was actually going on in her body. So now when her mom finally discovered that this was the situation, her mom decided to hide it from every other person, because first she said she was embarrassed. I am talking about the mother now, because her mother also gave her own version of the story. She said first she felt embarrassed. Secondly, she didn't want her child, who is a star, to grow up being bullied, being jeered at on social media, that for her it was a shameful thing. So she decided to hide the truth, especially from her manager. So, but it wasn't for too long. Her manager got to know about it. So when her manager got to know that she was with child, her manager was so angry. Yes, he had to confront the mother and told her that you lied to me. You told me you have a child who is very talented, yes, and that she can sing. Now I have invested my money in her just for me to realize that she is with child. And the mother began to cry and tried to explain herself to the manager that that wasn't the case, that it wasn't the case, and she wasn't aware of whatsoever is going on. Yes, and now that that is the situation, they can only manage it because the child's life as a star is not much important, or it's not more important than her life as a child, because before she was a child, before she was a star, she is a child. So her life as a child, and her life as a child is more important than her life as a star. Guys, I need you to like the video, pump in the stars, encourage me, right? For those of you joining in for the first time, subscribe. It's free, okay? I need you to like the video. Do well to share the video. This story concerns everyone out there. It concerns you and I. Remember that on Contemporary Views, I bring you trendy stories, yes, and then at the end, we take home lessons, because I believe that something mustn't happen to you as an individual before you learn. You can learn so many lessons from the things that happen to other people that we see on social media. All right? Thank you so much. So now back to the story. Now, based on the fact that her mom told the manager that she felt that she should keep it a secret because she is still a child. Her childhood is more precious than being a star. The manager now understood what the mother had said, and then they decided now to make it their own little secret. So, but at this time, the little girl was so depressed. She was feeling really bad. She wasn't really happy about how her life is turning out. And the issue, unfortunately, the matter could not be reported to the law enforcement officers because so many months had passed. Firstly, secondly, she doesn't even know who the perpetrators of the act were. Thirdly, it happened in an area where there is unrest. So beginning or starting a case, wanting to know what transpired or opening an investigation was almost needless. So they now decided, the mother and the manager now decided to make a way for the girl to have her life back in order. So that is how they decided to send her to her auntie's place in Limbe. Limbe is another city at in Cameroon, southwest region of Cameroon. So they moved her from the northwest region of Cameroon and sent her to the southwest region in Limbe, where she gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. So as we speak, Jato Sonita is a proud mother of a baby boy who is 2 to 3 years old today. But unfortunately, this pregnancy or this baby is a product of crime that she is not proud of. And every person out there, every sane person out there will agree with me that it is not something to write home about. It is so embarrassing. It's a shameful thing to happen to a child. But I think that no matter the situation, we can always sit as a community to see how we can better the life of that child. All right. Now, I want to begin to give you my thoughts about the issue. I have explained everything to you. If you are just joining in now, you would have to watch the video. When it ends, you have to watch the video from the beginning so you would get what you didn't hear. Now I want to speak to the bloggers. These are the people who bring informations right to our doorsteps through our phones. Once you pick up your phone, you get first-hand information from all the blogs that you like to follow, all the blogs that you watch. Now, there is this thing about information. Good news does not spread at all. People don't listen to good news. People don't listen to good news at all. They don't appreciate good news. But when the news is bad, I mean really, really bad, that is when people want to hear all about it. I can tell you for free that the number of viewers I have today are doubled because the news is not good. Yes, it's an embarrassment. It's a shameful thing, but I must tell you that when the news is not good, you tend to have many people wanting to hear. But if it is good news, you won't find them. Now to the bloggers. This is an information according to her mother and her family and her manager. The entire family has been keeping this information from the media because they did not want the world to know what she was going through, especially for the fact that it is shameful. It is clear that this is not something anyone who is watching me right now or not watching me, anyone at all will want for it to happen to their children. But the bloggers do not have mercy when it comes to information decimation. They just want to say anything to have views. I think that it is wrong for the bloggers to have carried this information, especially if they did not have the facts of the issue. Now, that is what makes blogging different from journalism. A journalist will not bring an information that is not verified to you. A journalist will not bring an information that is not backed by proof to you. A journalist will not just wake up someday and begin to trend with an information that is not even true. Now, the truth of this matter is Jato Sonita, Cameroonian rising kid star, has a child. And she gave birth to that child at 14, when she was 14. Yes, that is the truth. Now, what is not true about this information or the whole Jato Sonita saga on social media is her manager is not responsible for her pregnancy. Her manager did not have anything to do with her. He didn't have carnal knowledge of her, like the bloggers make it seem. I am going to call a certain blogger. I have already called his name before, Clement Tor. You can go to his page and see his write-up there. He clearly wrote it out that they have been hiding this information from the media because she was impregnated by her manager and that her uncle told him and that he has proof, as in WhatsApp messages and WhatsApp screenshots and voice notes that her manager was responsible. But for those of you who watched the press conference like I did, that was not true. Her manager was not even aware of the situation until it was 7 months. Even her mom, who discovered first, also did not let the manager know. So why would the bloggers run with a narrative that is not completely true? We were supposed to know that she had a child, if at all it happened in the normal, natural way. Yes, children of today can make mistakes. Yes, it could happen to any other person out there. But when this thing happened, resulting from a crime, her family now decided to keep it a secret. They have the reason why they kept it a secret, and I believe that it is reason enough for the family to keep it away from social media. Social media doesn't forget, number one. Social media is not merciful at all. Social media does not promote anything good. They only promote negativity. They only bring distress to you. Social media is not good at all, especially for children. But for the fact that she is a star, yes, her life is supposed to be on the media, understandable. But if her family is trying to close a chapter they are not so proud of reading, I believe that it is only fair for all the bloggers to respect that. But now, one other thing I would say is, when you become a star, your life becomes public. And when your life is public, everybody wants to have an opinion. You can't deny the public that. Everybody wants to have an opinion in your life when you are a star. But then, these are child stars. They are children. They still have a future ahead of them. So many people underrate mental health. So many people underrate peace of mind. So many people underrate life in general. Depression is real. And things like this can lead to depression. They can lead to mental health illnesses. She is so young to have gotten herself in that mess. She's so young. It should be spreading in the community. First of all, it is not speaking well for the child. She's still a kid, 14, and having a child. That is a child giving birth to another child. Normally, if it was in an economy that is working very well, that is working normally, an investigation would have been open, even if it is today. All right? The corporates wouldn't have just walk free, because it is very easy. There is a child. If we had something like a DNA bank, for instance, DNA could be taken from that child, yes, and then matched across the DNA samples that the government already has. But unfortunately, in a country like Cameroon, that is not possible. They don't have that. So that child would have to live with that darkness all through her life. But the least the bloggers could do was not to carry the information and disseminate it in that manner, accusing people who are not to be accused, or who have been of help to them instead. Now, the second part of that story that really doesn't concern this first part I have spoken about stems from the fact that because of the situation Jato Sonita found herself, her manager's wife had to leave her marriage, seemingly. Okay. Now, still on the blogger's post, Tor Clement, he stated that as one of the reasons, or as one of the proof he had against the manager. Speak proper English. Staying off the grid. You should stay off the grid, right? Because I don't understand you. What am I speaking? My mother tongue? So the manager's wife had to leave because of the same situation. But that is not the reason why, because the manager himself was present at the press conference and he gave his own side of the story based on that. He said that the woman in question was just her friend. Yes, they were together, and he wasn't married to her. And as couples, they are bound to have issues. And there was an underlying issue between the two of them, and because of irreconcilable differences, they had to go their way, and that's how the relationship ended. Not that because one of her child star got pregnant for him. So that too needs to be cleared. Yes, the manager did not have the relationship ended because of the child star. He said it was based on irreconcilable differences. So bloggers should be kind with their words. They should be kind with the information they're passing on to the public. It is not a good thing for them to come out and then talk about people, talk about those chapters people are trying not to read aloud. Okay, so now let's get now to the lessons we need to take home. I believe I have given you all the information I gathered from that live session. Yes, the first information, the first lesson I would like for you all to go home. You see, parenting, there is really no formula to parenting. Yes, do what works for you, but in all you're doing, let your children be your friend. Let your children be your friend. Let the children not be afraid of you. If somebody hurts them, they should be confident enough to come and report to you, or at least tell you what is going on. They should be comfortable enough to do so, all right? I want to believe that her mom, who is a single mother, according to the press conference, yes, she raised them on her own. I want to believe that she was so hard on them. I'm not questioning her parenting. No, I'm not questioning her parenting. But I just want for us to reason together. Let your children be your friends. Even when you have to discipline them, they should not be afraid to tell you the truth. When children start lying to you, when they start hiding things from you, that means you are doing too much when it comes to discipline. Look at what happened now. If this case was discovered in the very first week or first month, I believe she would have been taken care of. There's no way her mom would have left her at home without taking her to the hospital to get the necessary treatment that she would have gotten to prevent something like this. But just because of the fact that she was afraid of her mom, she didn't get to tell her mother that she had been violated for so long. It took her 7 months to let her mother know what actually transpired. So please, can we learn a lesson from this? When you parent at home, be kind to your children. Be nice with them. Let your discipline not go a long way to destroy them, but build them. But let them have self-confidence. Do not weigh your children down with a lot of discipline. It is only going to destroy their lives. Like always, on Contemporary Views, we take lessons home after every topic. So now, you must be friendly to your children. The second thing we will be taking home today, guys, everyone is going through something. People are going through stress. Not everyone that you see on social media well-dressed, all glammed up, is doing fine. All right? So many people are going through so many things they are not proud to talk about. They are not happy about. So please, I would always use this phrase, administer grace. Do well to administer grace. It doesn't mean that if someone has fallen short of the glory, you come out to castigate that person. Let he who is without sin be the first to cast the stone. Have this at the back of your mind at all times. People are going through stress. People are going through depression. People are going through pains. So administer grace. Now, this young girl was thriving and struggling to forget that chapter of her life she can't read aloud. But the blogger said no. When the bloggers got hold of that information, they could not let it pass. They had to magnify and intensify the information. They even added parts that were not true into that information and then broadcasted it on social media. I want to tell you that the information was back to back. Every blog, even people who are not bloggers began to share that same information. Imagine a young girl at age 16 only, her entire life, the mistake she made in life. In as much as I can't really term that a mistake, she found herself at a bad place at a bad time. This is a crime against her. She's a victim here. But the bloggers did not see it that way. They just brought that chapter she didn't want to ever read again. That chapter she's trying so hard to forget. They just brought it out to let the world know. Let's try to administer grace. Why? Because people are going through a lot. There is a lot of pain in the world. People are struggling. So many people have mental diseases they are not even aware of. So many people are struggling to make ends meet. So many people are recovering from issues like this. This is abuse and crime against this young girl. Guys, you should go and follow her on her social media pages on Facebook and on YouTube. Her name is Jato Sonita. Now, the third thing you should be taking home, always have it at the back of your mind. You see bad news, it spreads like wildfire. There is no way you're going to be congratulated for the good things you have done. No way. Before you know it, the whole world would have heard that this bad thing had happened to you. But when the good things happen, nobody is there to spread that information. So be mindful of the kind of information that you project. It is true that as a star, yes, her life is being viewed by the world. Everybody have their own version of the story. Everybody have their own. You can go now. Everybody has their own view in her life, but then the rate at which people are falling in love with bad news, it's alarming. It's alarming. She recently released her new single. It didn't trend the way information about her being a single mom has trended. That's the difference. So many other people said that it is in a bid to promote her new song that excuse me guys, so many people said that it is in a bid to promote her new song. That is why she's been trending for the negative reasons. Then I began to ask the question, she's only 16. If they want her to trend on social media, would pregnancy be the thing they would use? Will violation be what they will use to make her trend? Why are we even going to associate 14 years or 16-year-old kids with children? Having children at that age cannot be their decision. No sane person at that age would want to have a child, or no parent out there would want to have grandchildren from their kids at that age. Definitely it wasn't, or it won't be, it will never be their decision at 14 to start having children. Now, the last thing I would want for everyone to take home today: dress how you want to be addressed. Okay, I know that Jato Sonita, she calls herself the Forest Girl. Jato Sonita and the Forest Children, that is the name of their band. Their signature look is putting on plantain leaves. When they dress for their performances, they dress in plantain leaves. Okay? When she started her campaign as a forest kid, it was welcomed by everybody. When she started moving from stage to stage in those plantain leaves, I didn't find that funny. We understand that your signature look is the plantain leaves, but we have gone past that era of plantain leaves. There is this prominent singer of South African descent. Her name is Lyra. Lyra has a song. I've forgotten the title of that song, but I used to love that song a lot. Mark you, I don't understand anything she's singing in that song. I don't understand, but I just love the melody. I just love the sounds I hear there. I just love the melody of the song, but I don't understand anything. I'm trying to remember. Fakate, something like that. That should be the title of that song, yes. When you watch the video of that song, she sang that song in a place that looks like a garden with flowers. And even the dress she was putting on was made up of flowers as well. But I want to believe that it was only for that particular video that Lyra wore that dress, because it was basically made up of flowers. Now, if you want to look at the age difference, when Lyra did that song, she should be in her late 20s. It means that she knew what she was doing. She knew how she was going about her business. Now, this is a kid of 14 years. And every time she needs to go on any platform, she goes in dressed in leaves. Now, I'll say this in our local parlance, right? For those of you who would not understand, I'm sorry. Maybe look for someone who understands to explain to you. It's a question that I want to ask. For the people who can understand me, yes, it's really funny. How you go do take fresh beans, grish beans, tie them inside plantain leaf? No be plantain leaf wey they don't hot am, no be plantain leaf wey they don't warm am. Fresh plantain leaf. You take grish beans, tie am inside. Why on earth will you do that? As a young girl, a teenager, you have not started doing certain things, and you dress in leaves to public places, to public platforms. I don't care if she has underwears under the leaves, but it is just not appropriate of a girl her age to dress in plantain leaves and move out of her house. I always say these things. I have commented multiple times. Stop wearing leaves. Stop putting on plantain leaves. Plantain leaves are not dresses. You don't have to wear plantain leaves. It is no news that men have two brains, one of them between the legs and the other one in the head. When the one between the legs begin to demand, it takes the grace of God for a decent man to move on. For a not so decent man, anything would happen. So you don't have to put them in a situation where they even need to decide whether they want to do something or not. So that was my point. I had been insisting all along. She has no business putting on plantain leaves. Dress the way you want to be addressed. Now, when this information came to the internet, people just started saying, yes, now that plantain leaf there, now that plantain leaf. You are pretending to be dressing up, you're not dressing up. You know, you're exposing everything out there with plantain leaves, telling the world that you've dressed up like a forest kid. What makes you feel you're a forest kid when you dress up to expose your body and you have people looking at you? Would I say some men sexualized her? Yes, her looks, they did. They did. Because the first information that even got out in the first place was her manager was responsible for her pregnancy. What does that tell you? she was exposed or she exposed herself to him. Ladies, dress the way you want to be addressed. I must tell you that I am very logical here. I don't do my videos based on emotions, no. I do my videos based on logic. Because during the live session, she broke down. She cried. She couldn't even talk. She was crying, and some people were like, she broke down, and some people were like, oh, why should people talk about her like that? Blah, 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 blah. Understood, she is a victim. But let us look where, how, why she was being victimized. Remember that we look at all these things because we learn from these things. We don't do that to castigate her or to break her some more, because already she's broken. She's going through so much. But we must see these things, look through these things, and then learn from these things. Her dressing, to me personally, has been indecent. You can't keep dressing in plantain leaves and exposing all the parts of your body in the name of stage performance, in the name of you are a star. It doesn't obtain. It doesn't work that way. Dress the way you want to be addressed, all right? You don't come out in public naked, covering just plantain. Are we in the Garden of Eden? Gone are those days. We are no longer in that dispensation. We can't begin to appreciate things like that. Times have changed. We now have clothes. What happened to creating garments with that looks like leaves? Look at the camouflage and the military wear. It looks like leaves. If she must definitely want to put on leaves, she can wear fabrics that look like leaves. She must not carry, fresh plantain leaves. She plucks fresh plantain leaves, builds a crown, uses another part to cover her chest, uses another part. So short, so short. Can plantain leaves protect her? Can that really protect her nakedness? So before we begin to throw blames, let us look back and see where we too were faulty, so we can retrace and reorganize and try to fix things at that level before it goes out of hand. All right. So now I think I have given you first-hand information from Jato Sonita and her manager and her mom. That is what actually transpired. The narrative that is on social media that she was impregnated by her manager is not true. Yes, it is not true. That is not what actually happened. She was a victim of RAPE. It was perpetrated sometime between 2021 and 2022. She has a baby boy born from that incident. Did she get justice? No. Why? Because she did not report the incident to her mom the same day it happened. It took her 6 to 7 months before her mother knew. And at that time, it was definitely too late because she was already with child and her pregnancy was advanced. Because it is said that after 2 months, she gave birth to her baby. So I want everyone watching this video today to support her in the best ways you can. This thing that happened to her is not good, so bad. Even an adult woman would not appreciate that, let alone a child. I also think that the people around her should have her go through therapy. She needs therapy because this part of her life, I must say, will destroy her in the future if she doesn't go through some form of therapy. Yes, she needs to see a doctor to help her go through this phase of her life. I know that in Africa, many people don't think that they can go to hospital to get treatment for traumas like this. But I want to tell you categorically that this is a trauma that she may not be able to go through it without the help of a doctor. She needs treatment, she needs therapy, whether you like it or not. She needs all of this. This is the time, yes. If we have people out there who can support her with that, I think she deserves to go to therapy. Yes, she needs doctor's advice. Also, she needs support from her community and from the entire people of Cameroon. She is your own. You need to support her at a time like this. You don't need to castigate her. You don't need to make her feel bad or worse than she's already feeling right now. I must tell you that she's a very strong girl to have been able to come out to speak after her trauma. Remember that in this case, she is the victim. There is no way somebody is going through RAPE and then after that pregnancy and then after that having a kid while you are still a kid and then you think you can go through it all alone. It is not possible. She needs help. She needs support. She needs your prayers. She needs finances. She needs every form of support that could be given to her at this point in time. And for our bloggers who are doing so well in giving us information, please try to verify your information next time. If you are not qualified as a journalist, you can at least try to imitate a journalist. A journalist will not bring you information that is not verified. A journalist will not bring you information that is not backed by proof. Journalists don't just wait for information to pop up on social media and then they carry it and start broadcasting it. No. Journalists go down to do investigations. They actually investigate what is going on. Then they bring you facts. They bring you informations. All right? And finally, I know that Cameroon is a country that has law. What happened? Trey, hi, you're coming in too late. So I ask you to watch the video. Immediately it ends. Go back to watch so you'd understand. Thank you for joining anyway. You're welcome to my live. Now, I understand that Cameroon is a country of law. Yes, they have law that is working. They have a working law. I think it is not too late to investigate the case. Any information that is given, they can start investigating. I also understand that they may not be having a DNA bank where all the DNAs or where DNAs have been kept where they could like do some checking, but it is only fair that if a crime is being committed, an investigation should be open to that effect. You never can know. We can still find justice for Jato Sonita. And finally, I need you all to go stream her videos. I need you to go to her channels. I need you to support her in the work. She sings so well. I must tell you, she sings so well for a 16-year-old. She's doing so well on her path. And her reason for coming into music in the first place was to be able to showcase her talent and then raise funds for the support of the forest kids. I must tell you, it is a whole band made up of kids only, several of them. So they need support in that domain. So I crave you all watching to go check on them, check on their activities, see their activities for yourselves, and see how you want to support them and be a blessing to their lives because they have been entertaining you. Okay? Well, thank you all so much for watching my live. Thank you so much. I am really grateful. Yes, I have people watching from South Africa, from the US, Yes, I have people watching from Cameroon and Nigeria. Yes, I am beginning to go everywhere. So I am really grateful to you, all my viewers. I want to say thank you all so much. Do well to keep safe. Do well to be supportive in your community. Trey, I have to leave, all right? If you want to see more of me, subscribe to my channel and then you would get notifications when next I am live. But for sure, I will be live tomorrow, say 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. GMT. Yes, I want to make that my time to come live every day if I have the time to do so. All right. Trey, where are you watching from? Did I give shout out to your country? I have people watching from India, from Afghanistan, yes, because usually when I come live, I ask where they're watching in from. So I am greeting you all. Okay, Trey is watching from the US. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much. If you're joining in for the first time, do well to subscribe, all right? So you will be the first to get notifications when I am live. So that is it for Jato Sonita, Cameroon's child star, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. If you're just joining in now, do well to watch the video when I end the live. Yes, so you get first-hand information. Thank you all so much and see you tomorrow. Goodbye, Facebook. Bye, YouTube.